Hi folks, it's Kelvin here. We run coach for Leeds and surrounding areas as well as online coaching. In this little video, I'm going to share some thoughts on shorter hill reps. So shorter intervals where we run up a hill for a period of time or a distance and then usually jog back down. Sometimes at the end of a faster rep, it might be walk for a short period of time just while we catch our breath, and then jog the rest of it back down to the start. These reps are a really important part of training, and for those who are training for all distances, and I would say from people training for 200 meters up to people training for 200 miles. So they are relevant to everybody. Top end speed is really important, and it becomes more important as we age because it's something that we do lose more than anything else. So we generally keep the endurance side of it, and then we do lose the speed side of it, which even for endurance-based events, that will mean that we're getting slower because we're always working at a percentage of our top end speed. Hill reps are good because there's less chance of injury than running on the flat, but we can incorporate them into a schedule that has some flat, shorter intervals as well. What we're trying to work towards is something that's probably upwards of 8 times 1 minute hills. So that can be anything from 8 to 20 times 1 minute, depending on the runner, their goals, their experience, how mechanically sound they are. And it doesn't always have to be 1 minute. It can be something like working up to 4 or 5 sets of 90 seconds, 60 seconds, 30-second hills with jog down recovery, and then maybe 3 minutes either stationary or walking between sets. So when we're running up hills at faster paces, we put the hip into a little bit more extension and we have to produce quite a lot of force. So it helps with that range of motion. It helps with running mechanics from a number of standpoints. It helps us to get the foot at the front of the gait cycle down to the ground quite quickly. And as I've just mentioned, it helps that hip extension. It's faster paced running. So to produce that amount of power, the brain has to fire the muscles in the right order. So it helps us make better use of the muscles that we've already got. And as we extend these workouts out to the sort of 10 to 16 minutes worth of work range, it can be quite a strong VO2 max stimulus as well. It also brings fast twitch muscle fibers into the equation, and these are the ones that we don't often use. So for most endurance athletes, it might be only in the very, very late stages of very, very long races where those fast twitch muscle fibers come into play, or maybe for trail runners where we have to sort of jump up and down off things within a race. So it's also helping to develop those fast twitch muscle fibers. So how to incorporate these into training? I would say the best way to do this is maybe book a call with a coach. And this is something that's quite interesting. It doesn't mean that you have to work with that coach every month, which would obviously be nice. We like people to work with us on a monthly basis, or maybe a bi-monthly or even quarterly basis. But it might be that you book a consultation with a coach, so someone like myself or Coach Alexa, just to chat through how to implement something like this into training. Because if someone's not doing faster running at all, we would probably start with strides, which are very short duration hill repeats with a full recovery, so a walk down recovery. So we might start building in some strides into someone's training, and then we start to increase the number of strides. Then we might split the number of strides over 2 runs. Then one of those runs, we might start to stretch out the strides a little bit. Then we might decrease both lots of strides while we actually had like a shorter hill but longer rep workout in. So it's a little bit individual, and it's also a little bit individual to what goals someone's got. But sort of the how to incorporate this into your training, it might be worth just booking an hour's consultation with a coach. So I hope that makes some sort of sense. And if you've got any questions, please pop them in the comments below. And for now, happy running.